We saw a massive Bitcoin pump last week. That was on Friday after the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, made a statement that there's high chances the Fed are going to cut rates. The question now is, are we going to see this pump continue to the upside? Or maybe we are going to see a massive dump from here. In today's show, I want us to look at Bitcoin's price prediction for this week. Let's analyze the entire Bitcoin price action and see where we have liquidity in the market and where the market makers might push price to. It's important we look at these key areas to enable us to be able to look at our altcoins in a way that we can either decide sustainably to get in or not to get in. That's the main idea of this video, to prepare you in advance of what might happen in the market. Bitcoin moves the market, and if something good is going to happen with Bitcoin or is happening with Bitcoin, then be rest assured that the entire crypto space is going to follow suit. Ethereum, on the other hand, is playing that game that Bitcoin was playing before when Bitcoin made a massive movement to the upside. Ethereum is actually, just moving around the 50-day moving average on the daily time frame. And I want to show you guys also where we might be heading towards with the Ethereum, because the 50-day moving average is a very key, it's a key area for Ethereum. When price get there, we're gonna see how price is gonna react towards that, like around that level. By the way, if you're new here on this platform, you are watching the BETONG Crypto. Yeah, great content to help you understand what goes on in the crypto space. I talk about Bitcoin, crypto, everything crypto. My goal here is to help you understand how the market maker moves the market so that you are going to be ahead of the curve. Having said all of this good stuff, let me dive straight away. By the way, those of you who are watching on TikTok, I'm live on YouTube, so you can head over to YouTube at the Beton Crypto. If say you want to watch me, like watch my chart or all this good stuff that I'm gonna be saying here today. So yeah, now this is Bitcoin, guys, on the 4 hours time frame. Before we go to the 4 hours time frame, I want us to establish Bitcoin price action on, or look at Bitcoin price action on the weekly time frame. You know me very well that I don't listen to the noise, or I don't give in to the noise in the market. The noise in the market can distract you from the bigger picture. If you follow the noise in the market, you might lose track to what the market is showing you. Now, looking at this structure, we we can rightly say we are still in structure. Price is still in structure. Price is not going anywhere. So if Bitcoin today, like today, this is Sunday. If the Sunday weekly, if the week closed today, Sunday positive, like where price is, then there's high chances we are going to target $120,000. Again, let me repeat: if this week close above $114,000 for Bitcoin, then there's high chances we are going to hit $120,000 Bitcoin. After that price point, what we want to see is this. We want to see Bitcoin stays above $120,000. If Bitcoin will reject at 120K, then guys, it's done. It's done. Now let's go to smaller time frames like the 1 hour time frame. Let's see. We're gonna back this up with other key metrics in the market, like the 50-day moving average, the better moving average, and other indicators that I use on a daily basis to look at price action. Now, where we are on a daily time frame, if today we close above the 50-day moving average, let's say the weekly open begins above the 50-day moving average on the daily time frame, then we should be bullish. We want to see price stays above the 50-day moving average. That's where we want to see Bitcoin price stays. Okay? Now, if we look at where we are below, right? We are closer to $110,000. We already hit the liquidity around 112. We are still gonna go towards maybe 111, but there's a lot of liquidity around $110,000. I'm gonna show you guys the coin and liquidity heat maps for you to see what I'm trying to convey here to you guys. The question now is, how should you approach your altcoins? How are you gonna look at the altcoin market to, like, what are you gonna do looking at current price action? Because it shows that until Bitcoin closed positive this week, today, before we can say anything else. Other than that, this price action, like the price action last week, I'll be fake out. I'll just be the market makers trying to capitalize on the positive news by the Fed chair Jerome Powell that they might cut interest rate to make investors feel like maybe they want to push price straight away. Because guys, when the sentiment in the market is so positive, like when everyone is calling for this, usually with my experience, price always goes the other way around. So I'm not gonna buy into what people are saying out there on Twitter, on X, on different these platforms that, oh, the altcoin season just started. Like, how many times have you heard people say this? The altcoin market just started. I mean, they keep saying this, saying that to make you feel as if it's the right time for you to buy this asset now. Now, let's drop down to the 4 hours time frame. Let's see where we are on this time frame. Now, whenever you see a huge vector candle on any time frame, we're gonna take it on the daily. Let's begin with the daily. You look at this vector here on this daily time frame. Now, whenever you see a vector like this, be it red, blue, purple, green, whatever vector you see, what you ought to do or what you need to do is this: bring in any measuring tool. Usually, this is what I bring. I can take this in a box. I can draw a box from the end of this candle to the top of this candle here. And I want to see the middle zone. I want price to stay around the middle zone. And what I want to do next is mark that middle zone with with a line. Like, I don't want to draw a line there to mark that middle zone. I want to have a clean chart. So I'm going to draw a line there to mark that middle zone. Now, why am I marking this middle zone? Whenever the market is bullish, the market makers usually retrace price back to mid level. Most of the time, that's what they do. They retrace price to mid level of the entire candle. So they go to the mid level of that candle and they recover it. Because guys, let me say something to you that maybe you don't know. Trading or the financial market is a business. There's someone out there who is making money when the market goes up and down. Who is this person? The market makers. They are the one that enable you and I to trade the market. They provide liquidity. And when they provide liquidity, they are going to make money from our buy and sell orders. So whenever you place a buy orders at this price, that price, or sell orders at this price or that price, someone is providing liquidity for that orders to be filled. The market makers are the ones that provide this liquidity for you and I to be able to trade. So whenever you see price goes to a certain level and price goes against you and you are being liquidated, who makes that money? Of course, the market makers, because they provide you with that money to trade, right? So they have to make some profit from it. So don't think that because the market has pumped like that, it means, oh, it's going up forever. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to understand how they move, how the market moves. Like, based on previous price action, how do they move the market? Now, I'm trying to explain to you guys how they move the market. Remember, in one of my videos, I mentioned that whenever you see a vector candle like this, like I said to you guys that this red vector candle is around 120, like the midpoint is around $120,000. So if we mark this from the top of this candle to the bottom of this candle, not the wick, just the candle, the whole candle. Look at where we have this midpoint. The midpoint is around $120,700. So there's high chances we are going to see price go there somehow in the future before the mark price lower. I'll repeat this. there is high chances that they take price to 120K, 700 or 121K before they mark price more downward. You can see clearly they are still moving around this range, attempting to deceive most traders to take the wrong decision or to make the wrong decision, and then they're gonna reverse price towards the opposite direction. So looking at this now on the 4 hours time frame, what do you see? You can see this 4 hours candle is very crucial. We want to see price stays above. Like this candle for the next 1 hour should close above the above $114,000 or above the midpoint that I've drawn currently, like what you're seeing here. Or this candle can close like this, like below this line, but the next candle, we want to see a massive buyback to the upside, meaning this might be an SFE, right? So diverge, something like SFE, or you call it divergence. Okay. Now, if you use the better moving average, this is my indicator. I created it myself. You would have gotten out from this trade because the rule of this indicator is simple. It acts as support and resistance. When price is below, it acts as resistance, and when price is above it, it acts as support. In this case, it was acting as resistance. So, seeing price here on Friday, I short Bitcoin. I cash all my profit. Yeah, I think that was yesterday. The same profit. Now I'm waiting to see how price is gonna react here, this level. Now, this week is gonna be crucial because everyone is bullish. Everyone is like, oh, we're gonna go to the moon. The altcoin season has started, right? But you can see that on current price action, or what price is doing currently, price is rejecting. You want to see price reject and stay above the 50-day moving average on the 4 hours time frame before you decide to do anything. You can see price is rejecting the 4 hours time frame, and whenever you see price below the 50-day moving average on any time frame that you are trading, you ought to run away. Like, I'm not gonna buy. I want to look for sell opportunity. So this video today is to enlighten you as to where we are and where we are going to in the future. Now, let's look at one of my best indicator in the market, which is USDT dominance. Let's see where we are with dominance. It's important we see where we are with dominance. So let me go straight away to USDT dominance. By the way, if you're watching, guys, and if you're watching and you don't yet have a VPN, if you are in crypto or you are browsing the internet without any VPN, then you are risking your information. Trust me. There are a lot of scammers out there, lots of people, bad guys, who want to extort your information. They are going to send you malicious website through your email, through WhatsApp, through Telegram, through all these social platforms. And when you click on it, they are going to either clone your website, clone your WhatsApp, clone your social platform, or at times they are going to get access or gain access to your emails, to your platforms, to your phone, and before you realize it, your phone is not accessible. So having a VPN will help prevent that from happening, because whenever you click on that link with your VPN on, it's going to block the link completely from opening. So they are going to fight for you. You cannot say you know everything, right? Like, you are able to, like me, I am vested on the internet, but I use VPN every now and then because these guys, they are so advanced in a way that they try all possible means to extort your information. That's why I want to pay for someone to protect me. Like, these VPN companies, they are designed to do just that. If you are interested, just go below this video. You're gonna see this link, guys. Go and get a VPN. Click on this link, get the VPN, and you're gonna have massive discount from this, up to 73% discount just by using this link. You're gonna have up to 2 years. This discount is gonna be up to 2 years. And I think the price is about $4. Sorry, $3 per month. That's nothing to protect you from the hackers out there, because if these guys put hack your phone, your computer, gain access to those these devices, it's gonna be difficult for you or expensive for you to get a new one or pay for someone to flush it out. So I have to say this to you guys who are in crypto, or you are an internet lover, that this is important. You go check it out. Now let's get back to USDT dominance. Okay. Now Bitcoin made that huge move, that big candle. Now what are you seeing here with dominance? Dominance did the same thing. Guys, that's why I said to you guys, this is one of my best indicator. It gives you signal as to where we are and where price might be heading toward. Now, because of the fact that price is below the beta moving average, I'm gonna be thinking, oh wow, now we should be looking at more bullish price action for Bitcoin. But if we see price flip and recover half of this vector, which is usually like this is what price usually do, like price does this usually. Is gonna recover half of this. If not now, but later on, it's gonna happen. Anyways, it's gonna happen. If not now, later on, price is gonna actually um recover half of this vector candle. Now you're saying to yourself that okay, if price is gonna recover this vector candle, it means that you want to protect yourself and be ready for the next like move. Yeah. So if you see price come towards this zone, yeah, this should be the zone. Market properly for you should be the zone. You see price there, then you start looking at how price is gonna react to this zone. I'm talking about dominance. But it's the same thing with Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin. Remember, I told you guys, Bitcoin moves the market. And when you see indicator like this USDT dominance, it acts like a reflection towards what investors are doing. So if you see the candle, or you see dominance dropping in value, it means that investors are favoring more crypto. If you see it increases in value, it means that investors are favoring more crypto, more US dollars. So if it increases in value, it means they are favoring more dollars than Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. Now, looking at this, as I mentioned, it means we should be targeting at least half of this move. So there might be some sort of fake out here on the 4 hours time frame. Maybe something like this. Price might do something like this quickly. Let me mark it for you. I love doing this, guys. It might do something like this, then move up there. So before come down and make more lower lows, right? So I'm looking at these guys to say, okay, if this is gonna be the case, going to Bitcoin, right? Going to Bitcoin now, where we are around that midpoint already. We haven't yet seen the midpoint for USDT dominance. So I'm saying to myself that maybe guys, we might see price drop even further, like recover all of this. Now, to be able to confirm this, let's go to our heat map. Let's see where we have orders in the market. Where are the orders? Where are the orders in the market? You can see clearly we have let me refresh this page. Let's just go to the weekly setup, because I'm looking at this now on the 4 hours, the 12-hour setup. Let's look at the weekly setup. Let's see where we are and excuse. Let's see where we are and where we have liquidities in the market. Take some time to load. Let's see. Okay, now what do you see, guys? You see, we have lots of liquidity here around $111,000. You can see clearly. Yeah. And we have some liquidity here around 170,000. Let's just say, give or take, $118,000. So if the mark price up there, there's high chances that can take us right up to 120K. We might see a stopping volume candle around 120K, or maybe they take us down here or take us up there. Now, looking at let's see this. Let me see if this is the chart. Let's see. Let's see quickly. I want to bring in the coin ank so we can see where we are with the orders. Okay, yeah, this is the coin ank. This is Bitcoin. Let me refresh this. I want to come back here later. Let's go to yeah, this fear and greed index. This is another indicator. It's showing neutral, or meaning maybe we might be heading towards the excuse guys. Excuse, I have cold. Maybe we might be going towards the fearful zone, but I think it's still early to say that. Now let's get back to this. Let's see where we are with the coin ank. Take some time to load. Just bear with me this. So let's see where we have these orders. Yeah. Okay. So currently, guys, you can see like we have orders here right down to around we have this spot order right 10.7 million of Bitcoin. We have another one here at around $112,000. We have some few others here, but these are the main orders here. The ones you yellowish lines are high spot orders that we have here below price. So if price is gonna hold this zone, then there's high chances we might bounce to attempt to go make higher highs. But now you can see above price, we have an order here. You can see here clearly above that's going to be around $117,000 and also around $119,000. So you can see if they are able to take us here around $100,000, then they can take us right up here to around $110,000. It will take $119,000. That's why I mentioned we might see price go to 120K. If we're gonna hold this zone, then it means price is gonna continue to the upside. And if price continue to the upside, then the theory about dominance, yeah, is not count. So if we see dominance where we are currently, if we see dominance, drop a little bit down here, like down this zone, it might take now Bitcoin right up to the zone I mentioned, right up to this zone here, right up to this area here, and up to this other zone around $119,000. Now, looking at this, let's see where we are with Ethereum. Okay, because Ethereum is moving the altcoin market, or is actually impacting the altcoin market, or is gonna actually be there that coin to take us to the next alt season. Ethereum. Now let's see where we are with the liquidity of Ethereum on the weekly setup. Because if we don't see that, then we might also not understand how most altcoins are going to react to. Now you can see, I mean, it shows that like if say the worst case scenario, or let me use the way the worst case scenario, the best case scenario, you can see Ethereum go right up to about $5,000 based on the weekly setup, and it can go right down to about 4,500 based on the weekly setup, right? And we still have liquidity right down here, but there's liquidity above price more. I mean, like the next liquidity is above price is closer to the current price action, so they might likely go there before bring us right down here to meet point of this move. Now let's go to Ethereum price on trading view. Let's see where we are currently with this bad boy, and then yeah, on the higher time frame and on the lower time frame. So Ethereum is showing strength, okay? But I'm a little bit concerned, not a little bit, I'm more concerned with the price of Ethereum because you see, Ethereum wasn't able to recover either of this vector yet, right? This one wasn't recovered. This one, at least, yeah, not all. But usually, you want to see price recover half of the entire vector candle. So going to the daily time frame now, you see that what I want to see, or what we should be seeing for Ethereum too, is this. Ethereum should be able to recover half of this vector candle before we see any move to the upside, or maybe it continues. But I'm doubting I'm in doubt that Ethereum is going to continue upward. Why? Because ever since price made this move from the 50-day moving average on the daily time frame, we haven't yet come back to retest this zone. So I'm saying to myself that maybe price is gonna move consolidate sideways, move sideways up down until we see price kiss the 50-day moving average on the daily time frame for Ethereum. Now going to the 4 hours time frame for Ethereum, you see that price break this moving average with high volume. So price have to at least retest this moving average at one point. So this move here might form a divergence. It might be okay. It might like make us feel that they want to push price to the upside, but forming a divergence, something like this to before the dump price. So they can take us to the $5,000 for Ethereum, then they dump it on us right down to at least half of this vector candle I mentioned earlier. So this is the zone where we're gonna have the half of the candle. It here, the zone here. And you can see where we have the 50-day moving average is below here. You can see it is going closer there. So yeah, we are not going anywhere for Ethereum. You see? So I would say that, guys, this week we are going to be looking at the market to be, let's say, from Monday right up to Wednesday. Maybe Bitcoin might be bullish a little bit to 120K, or go right down to 107K. But this is the range that I'm looking at, because also looking at $110,000, I can see liquidity there. So, guys, don't listen to the noise out there. Let's focus on price action and then take the trades when Bitcoin give us a signal, when USD dominance give us a signal, and when Ethereum give us the signal. So that's it, guys. For this video, I don't want a video to be too long. Simple as that. Yeah. See you guys the next one. Have a nice day and take care of yourself. Bye bye. Ciao.